change your heart, change your life, change the planet.
Back at Southern Vermont Orthopedics, working on my shoulder this time, and they're telling me it is a rotator cuff issue. When I was at the Woodstock Fruit Fest, I was working out and got into a compromising position and did some damage in there. So I just had my first ever cortisone shot in the shoulder. And now I've got to let it kick in for 2 weeks, and he said that it should take care of it. If not, I got to go in for an MRI. But once that is taken care of, I'm going to start working out my upper body, yo, and turn into a stair climbing beast. The doctor gave me these shoulder exercises to do, which I'm sure there are some physical therapists and whatnot who watch my channel that can maybe give me some better ideas. So let me know your thoughts as I practice these. Thank you. I'm going to go stock up on bananas, and believe it or not, I get my bananas from a place that specializes in meat. Does that make me a bad person that I buy bananas from a place that sells meat? Henry happens to be my neighbor. Awesome guy. And they have great fresh local greens as well. A really cool little produce section. So here we are the day after Snowmageddon. They're predicting 2 feet of snow in Bennington where I live, and we got about 6 to 7 inches. So if you've been watching the news or the Weather Channel over the past few days, you've been hearing about this crazy storm that was going to destroy the Northeast. Record snowfalls, and everybody's in a panic. New York City is shut down. Boston is shut down. Road closures all over the Northeast. And here we are the day after, and most of the Northeast got missed. Massachusetts got hit pretty hard on the coast, and parts of Rhode Island and Connecticut and Long Island got hit pretty hard, but mostly we got missed. And come on, this is the Northeast. We get winter storms. We know what snow is. But yet everybody's acting like it's the biggest thing to have ever happened, and everybody is certain that it is going to happen. And the reason I bring this up, human beings have a need for certainty. It makes us feel safe. Even when we are certain about bad things happening, for some reason it still makes us feel safe because we don't have to wonder. In my house, everybody's acting like the storm is a reality before it even shows up. It's like, wait a minute, let's wait and see what happens before we decide that it has already happened. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't take precautionary actions, but don't be certain that it is going to happen. The technology we have right now to predict the weather is extraordinary, but it's still not certain. It's not a guarantee. It is a % chance or probability. That's the best we can do. There's a high likelihood that this will happen, but we can't guarantee it. But people run around like it really is 100% guarantee and it's going to happen, no question. And this relates to diet and exercise and conversations about mental health as well, which is why I'm bringing it up. Because I get a lot of people commenting on my videos with certainty. They are certain that they know my physical condition or know why something happened to me or know what the best and only course of action is to deal with it. And I know that feels good to have that certainty, but it's not realistic. People have been accusing me of having a goiter. Really? Check, because I've been to the doctor and I've looked in the mirror and I've touched my thyroid and looked at my blood levels, and no, I don't have a goiter. I'm sorry, I don't have any thyroid issues with all the kale and broccoli I eat. It's not a problem for me. Some people are sensitive to the compounds in cruciferous vegetables. It is a small percentage of the population, but it's not everybody. So, people being certain of what's wrong with me, certain of why my Achilles tendon calcified, without any data? Oh, come on, people. But this is not to blame any individual. This is not to make anybody wrong or to make them feel bad. It's just to get people to realize what their brain is doing. Our brains love certainty. And the way out of the matrix, the way to wake up, the way to get more control in your life and to be empowered is to realize that your brain does things like this. And you don't just want to question other people and other data. You want to question yourself. You want to question your own thoughts. You want to question your own beliefs. You really can't be certain of anything. Now back to the weather. We've got some incredible models and incredible technology, and they're still not 100% accurate, not even close. But when it comes to the human body, wow, we are infants in our understanding of the human body and how it works. There are so many things that we can't even observe yet. So many processes and unknown enzymes and chemicals and nutrients that we are just beginning to tap the surface of. And much of this can't be seen even under a microscope. We don't know how to study many of the processes that take place in the body. So when someone approaches you with a certain answer, I know it makes you feel good to hear it because you feel like now you have a solution and you can deal with this. And all the doctors that have been giving you the runaround because they don't know, because they really don't know, not because they're stupid, but because nobody knows yet. But when someone comes along with that certain answer and says, just do this and all your problems will go away, you want to question that. Now, it might help. I'm not saying that it won't help, but to be certain of it is problematic. And this is something that I've had to deal with myself. When I first started a raw food diet and became a raw food cheerleader, I was certain. Because I knew a lot? No, just because I was certain, because my brain likes that. But the more data that I get, the more information that I come across, the more that I study and the more that I learn, the more humble I become about it, because the more that I realize that I don't know the answers, not all of them, not even close, nor does anyone. So, this is something I want you guys to think about. Certainty. It's an illusion of the mind. It's an illusion of the brain. And whenever you feel certain, it's time to question yourself. And whenever somebody else approaches you with certainty, it's time to question them. All right? This is how we break out of patterns. This is how we wake up out of the matrix. Question ourselves and we question others. And when somebody is certain, it's really hard to communicate with them because they're not listening, they're not open, they're closed to possibility. And I don't know, that's just no fun to have a one-sided conversation with someone that is talking down to you because they have all the answers. And if I have done that in the past in any of my videos, I'm sorry, I apologize. Because I do realize that, my brain also has that tendency because it's a human brain. And if I ever come across as having all the answers, I know that I don't. Okay? So I want you guys to think about that, question things, and realize that, you can be certain that your life is going to fall apart. You can be certain that somebody is going to behave a certain way, if you say something to them. And it's not true. You can't predict it. So allow for the possibility that what appears certain is simply a filter in your mind. It's just your brain trying to give you some confidence so that you can make a decision. Okay? All right. I hope that's of value. I'm not certain that it is. I love you. Bye. I've just spotted the rare wild wolf kitten. It's indigenous to southern Vermont. And it hangs out in the trees where it's perfectly camouflaged, waiting to pounce, waiting to attack an unsuspecting victim. Lethal predator. Oh no, I've spooked it.